Kia ora, hello, this is Kitty and this is Ordinary Life and it's a new year! Woo! Yeah. And it's just like celebration times, apparently.
Dear God, it's 26.
It's 2026, can you believe it?
It was 2020 like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
I've still not got over the fact that it's still not like September last year.
I'm totally on board with that.
So my name is Kitty and this is Ordinary Life, and we are not experts on medical stuff or anything like that, but we are. What are we, Mike?
We are experts on ourselves and what we live with each day.
You've done it again, mate. I mean, it's experts on us.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's because I'm not Emma. I am Mike, the hunky husband.
Yeah. This is terrible. Yeah, Emma is still missing in action, but don't worry, folks. She's going to be back real soon. She's off doing personal. How dare she have holidays and personal things?
I
It's
know.
so inconsiderate.
Yes, but yeah, fortunately, you have the hunkster here to call upon.
If you say so, Mike.
Yep,
Yeah,
I do. I do.
I feel honoured and touched that you deigned to come and join me and talk about this very, very important subject.
Yes, of us.
Well, kind of. But before we go any further, sir, we do need to say that this programme is sponsored by Cover Yours Insurance, helping you keep going when,
When things go seriously pear-shaped.
yeah, assessing your financial risks and making sure that they are completely and properly addressed. You can find them at coveryours.co.nz. From quote to claim, they're in your corner. And Mike, it's a new year, and people often, it's series 4, which means we've been doing this. Well, I've been doing this for 4 long years now.
Oh, that's round of applause
I
for
think
that.
that's
Well done.
something to celebrate. Hey,
Certainly something to celebrate.
4 years of Parkinson's, 4 years of chronic illness.
I think it's a tad more than 4. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This year sees my 10-year anniversary.
Yikes.
I know. That's
But
quite terrifying, isn't it?
But you're looking absolutely great for it. You know, the hard work really pays off.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
so sweet. Oh, I won't tell my husband. Oh, wait, you are my husband. Yeah.
Aren't you a lucky girl?
Aren't you a lucky man?
Well, questionable at times.
So, Mike, a lot of people make New Year's resolutions at this time, and are you going to be making any?
Well, I think I might make. I don't think you're supposed to do this, but I'm going to make a couple that I made last year, and I pretty much managed to keep. So
Ooh, I
I'm
like
very
this.
proud of that.
What is that?
So the ones I managed to keep was to basically live with my condition,
Yeah.
and live with it successfully and happily. So I managed to do that, and for me specifically, that meant learning to be happy with what I can do
Yep.
each day, and as a result, not push myself.
Yep.
And the real win from that is being able to finish each day in a happy place,
Oh,
rather
I
than
like
getting to the
that.
end of each day
like
tired and grumpy and crotchety with everyone and people walking around in eggshells around me. It was, I don't want that anymore.
Yeah, that's really, really good.
So-
I know that.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. And I, for myself, I have decided to accept that, unfortunately, I'm not 20 years old anymore.
Well,
And I
mental
can't
age of about 20.
Yeah. And I've realised that actually sometimes I do need to just pause. And if I stop for a few minutes, then I can actually keep going longer than if I push myself. Because if I push myself, then I kind of break.
Yeah,
But if I don't push myself, then I don't. So that's really big. And I think the other
it's a really fine balance, isn't it? Because, like with me, I need to keep my fitness up in order to be able to do stuff. But if I do too much, I seriously break myself.
Yeah.
So it's that, it's a fine line where you sort of, and it's a real happy zone. And when you're in there, it's It's great.
I mean, like at the moment, I'm totally doped up. All my pills are working. I am firing on all cylinders, and that's just fantastic. But then when my pills drop off, I will be less happy. But that's okay. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Well, it is a big deal, actually. It's quite a big deal. But I can take some more tablets and I can learn how to time them properly. And the other thing I've learned is Emma has these walking poles, which are really, really good. And she encouraged me to, maybe use some walking poles myself, which I had resisted for a long time. But then I also noticed I'd stopped walking. So now I found my own walking poles that were hiding in the back of the cupboard. And I went for a walk the other day, and as you know, I came back and I was like, this works. I like this. This means I can walk. So it's not a bad thing. Do I like it? No. Do I want to use them? I don't want to use them. But they do give me that freedom back.
Yeah, they seem to allow you to stride with confidence.
Yeah.
Which was disappearing.
And it's so weird because you'd think, oh, well, all you've got to do is stand up straight and hold yourself properly with your posture. But actually the poles they force you to do it because you have to think about that. And maybe that's another thing as well, is I'm thinking about doing something else with my hands so my legs just get on with it. Long may it last as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and I guess that's one of the things when we first talked about the poles, it reminded me of before I had my incident. Yeah, the old me would have thought, if I'd seen you, it's like, oh, God, look at that dork. Walking down the street with the poles. Don't you know they're only needed if you're going tramping on rough ground? God, who do they think they are? And now I kind of go, they just need, you use them just to get through the day.
Isn't
and
that
they make your day better.
Yeah, because my perceptions of people with disabilities and illnesses have changed so much over the past, even before the past 10 years. But it's amazing how your perspective changes.
But also, my world is so much bigger now.
Wow. Okay, explain that one.
I didn't know it, but I was Captain Corporate.
Yeah.
I think I solve the world's problems. I can do it. Nothing can slow me down. And I kind of thought that's what the world was, and the corporate world and whatever else.
It was also terribly serious and important.
Serious. And everyone's fitness and everyone can do everything, but not everyone can do everything.
No.
And my big challenge for the day might be, I've got a really difficult meeting with a customer or whatever else. But for some people, their big challenge is doing the supermarket shopping. Yeah. And that challenge is just as big as mine and just as valid. In fact, even more valid. It's much more valid to, solve the challenge of being able to do the grocery shopping so that, you can have dinner tonight than, some meeting with a customer who's being unreasonable. I mean, actually,
it also sometimes puts things into perspective, doesn't it? Because you think, goodness, some people are running around getting so upset about what are actually quite insignificant things, and actually, the real big deal for me is whether I can get up, dress myself, look after myself, and stay independent, because that's the big thing for a lot of people.
And it's learning to understand that you don't actually know other people's challenges. You don't really know what they do, and it's very, very easy to judge. And that's, if anything, my incident has really taught me a hard lesson that I was a bit of a judgmental, probably self-righteous so-and-so.
Were you a self-righteous so-and-so?
Yeah.
Were you one of those people that looked at people in the disabled base and went, you don't need a disabled badge, there's nothing wrong with you?
Well, you seem to get out of that car in quite a sprightly way, et cetera, and what I don't see is when they come back from the supermarket and they're struggling to pick the groceries up and put them in the back of the car.
Yeah, I've talked many times about being in the supermarket and trying to pick things off the bottom shelf, and I can feel people looking at me thinking, "What's wrong with her? Why is she struggling?" She looks like an old woman, even though she's not an old woman. But yeah,
But yes,
and I guess that comes back to the New Year's resolution thing, is that you do take stock at this time of year and you do look back and you think, oh, yeah, my Parkinson's has progressed. That's depressing and it's sad. But
your mobility has increased so much over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And your flexibility and
that's why I need to hold on to that, and I need to hold on to that and think, well, yeah, it has, but actually I can do something about it because I can get out there and I can exercise. And somebody said to me recently, oh, but I don't like exercise. I'm like, whoa, shock, neither do I. But
yes, you are not a gym bunny.
I'm not, am I?
No.
Doesn't come naturally.
Yeah. I don't actually let her go to the gym. She has to do exercise at home because she shouts at the person on the telly quite a lot.
I might say
and
rude
sometimes
words sometimes.
Or sometimes you don't say rude words, and that's quite a surprise.
But people, let's not forget, as hard as it is to do these things, also perseverance really works. And as I can strongly recall, a couple of years ago, I started doing Pilates, and they do that weird thing when we're going to do a forward fold, and they reach up, and you just think, oh, here we go. They reach up, and then they gently bend their bodies, and they touch the floor, and they walk their hands out, and I was like, no way I can.
They're putting their noses on the floor.
Yeah, and you're like,
and you're sitting bolt upright.
I cannot do this. However, I can now do a walkout. I can bend over. I can walk out on my hands. I could not do that at all. I mean, it's not elegant. It's not pretty, folks, but it does happen. And then I can also walk myself back and stand up without any aid. There's a lot of huffing and puffing, isn't there?
Yes.
There is a lot of but
you get there, you get it done. And it comes back to something
it only took 3 years.
Yeah, but you got there.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it can be summarised by advice my dad gave me when I was young. When I asked him, hey, how do you do all this stuff and whatever else? And he said, the trick is every day, swing your feet over the side of the bed and just do the best you can.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That's really good advice, actually.
And some days the best you can is just to get yourself dressed and fed and whatever else. And sometimes the best you can is to charge around like a loony, doing loads of stuff. It's
but doing your best and trying to stay positive. I mean, there's a lot of stuff about staying positive, and some people are like, "Oh, how can you do that?" And it's like, well, all right. Obviously, we're not always cheery and chat, but it's really important. Instead of wallowing in what has gone wrong, let's be honest, an awful lot has gone wrong. But instead, you concentrate on the things you can change.
Yeah, the things you can do, the successes of each day, rather than focusing on, because I used to do this, I'd focus on what I hadn't done that day.
Yeah.
And then I focused on what I had done that day.
Celebrate those
And all of a
wins.
sudden, I felt so much happier.
Yeah.
But in terms of celebration, I think I've managed to do it. I did make one secret resolution to myself, that is to say less, because the pre-New Year show, I think Kitty removed about 5 minutes of me going
It was quite amusing. We did consider stripping them all, putting them all together, and having a bit of an fest.
Yeah, but I think 5 minutes was a bit much of me going.
It was just a bit, yeah. And we'll come back, Emma. All is forgiven. Emma will be back with us next week, and you can also remember to check out all our previous episodes of Ordinary Life. There is 3 years worth of us. Woohoo! And you can find us at Ordinary Life PD and Ordinary Life on Facebook and Instagram, and ordinarylife.co.uk. and on Coast Access Radio, of course, without whom, which we could not do any of this. And
round of applause for them.
Yep, Coast. I forgot. Huge thank you to Cover Yours Insurance from Quote to Claim. They're in your corner at coveryours.co.nz. Is there any final little, are you going to continue to come back and help us out now and again?
I would love to. I've enjoyed it every time I've come, and I'd like to be, just an occasional, visitor guest.
It's very nice to have you here, and
it's lovely to be here with you.
And it will be lovely to have Emma back from her little break, and we will see you all again. Well, we won't see you because it's radio or podcast or whatever it is, but we will be back next week. With Emma, and thank you for listening. Ka kite anō.
Take care.
This program was made with assistance from New Zealand On Air for radio broadcast and through the accessmedia.nz website. Thank you, New Zealand On Air.